Hello, welcome to the stream. Just realised, Ward. Why in the world have I got Ward on this playlist? A weird one to have. I'll just keep it for now. Hello, hello. Welcome to the stream. Mr. Lemonade has followed in the meantime. I have a cat on my lap, so if you can hear purring, that's because of him. I might have to... He might be a bit temperamental and wants to leave at some point, but he's here now, and so am I. Hello. We're going to do a bit of animatic drawing. Let me just turn off Discord notifications. There we go. Professional stream. Right. I should probably prepared actually before I actually started, but that's fine. It's fine. So I think we can just immediately hop on to the iPad mirroring. Hope this works. Yeah, there we go. It's me on my iPad. Hello. So, today I want to be doing this piece here. It's a moment from the last session where everyone was honing in on Martin, the last yellow, on top of Magic Mountain. There was lava trickling down the side. So it's mainly a background piece, this, mainly just going to be working on the background because the characters kind of already are here, so I think I'm just going to keep the characters as detailed as they are already, or as they are here. Same with the arrows and everything. I'm going to keep it kind of a bit more sketchy, this one. But we do have Magic Mountain to do, so here it is. Also got, oh gosh, it's annoying me. I've got a, what is it? Like a thing, Steam notifications, I guess. But yeah. Right, so we're going to be working on this one today. And I'm pretty sure it happened at, oh yeah, it must have happened at night. Yeah, it definitely happened at night. I've got a reference picture here. Why do I even question myself? So I took a screenshot. The first time I saw Magic Mountain burning, I took a screenshot of what was happening because I immediately knew that I wanted to draw that, and that had to be drawn. So I can't even remember whose perspective this is. This might be Zombie Cleo's perspective that I took a screenshot from, because hers was one of the first episodes I watched. But yeah, so I keep touching my face because I stroked the cat and then I wiped his cat hairs all over my face, so I'm just trying to remove them right now. Anyway, we're going to be painting this basically now. Digital painting. You know how it is. I've also got a firework, but even though there wasn't a firework. So the whole idea is, like, we've got Martin at the top here. What layer am I on? I'm on a sketch layer. That's fine. I'll just get a new one out. Lower the opacity of the sketch layer, actually, because we're not really going to need it. So we've got Martin here. Wrong colour. Bad colour. Let's go with white. Martin, and then I think, so you've got like Scott, Cleo and Pearl. They're not supposed to be exactly what they look like, the characters, and I'm guessing like either like Etho and Ren, or or Joel and Rian on this side. No, you don't need to recognise who's here, you don't need to recognise who it is, just like a whole bunch of reds honing in on the final yellow. Who is Martin? Poor Martin. That was such an awesome scene, by the way. I love that. That was such a cool way to go out as the last yellow. Anyway, I think I'm just going to start with a new layer here, and then just start kind of sketching out the colours that I want in Magic Mountain. I'm going to first do the mountain and then have the lava trickling on top. I think that's the way to go. But let's choose my favourite brush for backgrounds and just start sketching out the mountain. This probably isn't going to take as long as the one I did for Tango. The last piece that I did, which was a drawing of Tango. Didn't do it for Tango, but I guess I'm doing this whole animatic for the peeps of Last Lifelike as a thank you for such an awesome series. I don't know what to do with myself. I don't think I'll know what to do with myself once it's over, and also once I've finished this animatic, if I'm being honest. Let's just think of the shape. What is the shape of the actual... Why am I looking for my mouse? Shape of the actual mountain. It does go quite straight down, so I'm just going to take contours of a mountain here and then just do kind of like a little bit of sketch with that. We've also No, I tell you what, I'm going to make it feel very, very large. And not even show the lower hills. So it just feels like it's just Martin on top of the world. Right. Outline. And now we just colour out. Boop. This is definitely a very hard background piece. Very much of a background piece. I wonder if you can hear the cat purrs on stream, or if it cancels us out. If the microphone cancels us out. I don't know. He's not purring particularly loudly. He's probably a bit disgruntled that I've stopped stroking him. Because I am now drawing. Yeah, aren't you? I can give you one hand, Digby. But, you know. He wasn't going to leave the room, so I was just like, oh fine, just sit on my lap then, because I got some streaming to do. Bit spontaneous, I must add. Oh, hello. Oh, am I stroking him too much now? We've got a shaking head. So, there's the groundwork for that one. I'll do the wizard's hut on top. And I'm just trying to think what colours I want it to be. Because I don't think I want to necessarily exactly colour drop from the hat. Let's just fiddle around. We'll do some brown. So I think it's a brown lower layer. And a stone rim around, and then a wooden top. Oh no. It's hard to tell. It's hard to tell. Let me just look up a picture on my phone of the Magic Mountain Tower. Go to YouTube. Good Times with Scar. I'm sure it would be best to watch it from his perspective. Boom, 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 boom. It's stone, but like with wooden sides. Oh, no, we don't want any sound on that. If we go onto the thing, bear with me. Onto Scar's last life. Oh no, it's dark. It's like what is it? Blackstone. Blackstone? Deep slate. That's the word. It's deep slate and then a stone top, and yeah. So I will have like, just get rid of that sketch layer. It's putting me off. Quite a dark. Oh, the cat has left my lap. It's only a matter of time. Now I can properly sit. It's only a matter of time before he wants to leave the room, but we're gonna hold our breath for now. No, he's immediately walking to the room. Give me a second. The cat is gone. On the headphones, so I can hear the music as well. Right. Let's just give this a good colouring. I haven't decided on the exact shape of the hat yet. Oh, pardon me. Some people are allergic to cats. I'm allergic to the absence of cats. That's the one. Is that a new? Yes, that's a new layer. I'm gonna make it a bit darker and take away some of the saturation. It's a bit brown right now. Right, and then we shall add the side pillars. I don't quite know what to put on this layer. I think I'm gonna divide them up onto many different layers, and then from there I'm gonna see if I run out of layers where I can kind of compromise. Alright, let's make this a nicer brown. That's too red. Pardon me. I feel like this is still a way too much of a brown. It should be grey. Let's just immediately just remove all the saturation on that. Yeah, I'm gonna make this darker though. I think this is gonna be the darkest part of the hat. Because the actual colour is a lot darker. That is too saturated. It's also because it's nighttime, you won't see as many strong colours. So there we've got the kind of higgledy-piggledy of that. We'll have the entrance in just a bit. And then the top of that, which is a lighter grey. Let's do a... Oh, I did that on the same... Okay, fine. It's on the same layer now, that's fine. A lighter grey for that. In fact, we could do the same grey as the mountain. Yeah, let's just do the same grey as the mountain for now, and then we'll shade it later. I'm gonna give it a nice rim. Martin's kind of standing on the rim, so we'll have that there. Whether I'm gonna do or not, I should probably do the explosion of the hat, but I still do want it to look like physically possible that the hat is there. So we're gonna have to see how that works. Let's just move this a little bit. And then I'll rub out the areas where the building is, because it goes behind the building. And then we've got the light brown. So maybe like that. Yeah, but we'll put it behind this layer. Let's maybe get rid of the sketch so that I can get a better feel for the shape of this without being... without having my opinions changed by the sketch. Without being influenced by the sketch, that's the one. Influence. Definitely should have some wonk to it, as Grian would say. I guess. Let's come to a thing there. And then we have some... What do we have on the edge? Is it like light or glowstone? It's... What? Is that a sea lantern? Oh no, it's a copper block, isn't it? Copper block. I'm going to choose not to use the copper block because that'll just add another colour that we don't really want in this fairly... I was going to say this piece is fairly void of colour, but it's not really, because there's because there's the lava trickling down, which is going to add a lot of colour, but not a lot of different colours is what I was going to say. Yeah, that's good enough. Do we want a circle bubble, or how do we want it hanging down? I think we'll just have a circle so it kind of looks like a Santa hat. I like that idea. Christmas is coming. We do have a couple of trees up on top here. Do I add the trees? I think I will add them here. But like a very, very dark green, so like... What if we have a... No, darker than that, I'd say. Or less saturated, at least. Now you can barely see it. Strike a balance. Right, let's just kind of mix a couple of trees. There aren't that many up there. They're single trees. I shouldn't make a forest. Hold on. They are spruce. So what if we just do a little bit of this action? Guide to spruce trees. Just scribble back and forth. Kind of like that. That's good enough. It's going to feel all Christmassy until I add the lava. It's going to be very, very much not Christmas when I do add the lava. So, I think there's the base coat. I'm going to duplicate this because... Oh, hello. I'm not quite happy with the texture. Right. Now we can already go on to shading. I think that's... This feels very Christmassy, doesn't it? Gosh, with the predominantly red of the red lives also there. Actually, before I do that, I'm going to do the sky. Just get a gradient in. Shouldn't take too long. Let's do a darker colour, more towards the purple, and we do that at the top. Bit too much, bit too much. And then we do a lighter colour than the original background. More towards the green. And it's not drawing because I've got the eraser on. Hello? And we'll do that. And then we'll do a bit of blurring in between. because I want it to be more dark than it is light, I'm going to pull that down a little. Right, how's that? Definitely better than without. Do we add stars? I think that is a silly question. The answer is always yes, if we want to add stars. I'm sure they're in recent. No, they're not in recent. Okay, interesting. Where did I put... Where out of... Oh, sky, probably. Yeah, stars, there we go. And then we'll kind of go almost white, but not quite. Those are big stars, gosh. Don't want it to take away from the feeling of the whole piece. What we could do is maybe add like a bit of fog towards the lower part of the mountain, so that it kind of hides itself in a foggy layer. But we'll see how that works with the lava trickling down. So we'll see if that is worth it or not. I'm not really doing very good at spacing out these stars. I'm just going to try that again. Can't really see it. Its pixels are so small. But it is distance, so using big pixels isn't the best idea. I don't know what I'm doing. There is no art to making stars, just go dot dot dot, and if you don't like it, go backwards. Also doesn't help that it's a random brush. There we go. Oh, those are way too close to each other, those ones up there. I'm going to do slightly smaller stars and more sporadic towards the bottom, because the lighter the sky is, obviously the less stars we'll see. And then we'll decide, actually I don't like that, we'll just ignore that. Go back to the way it was. Yeah, we'll just imagine that there's way too many stars. That it's just too light at that area for there to be stars. Right, so I'm going to start with shading this. I'll tell you actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to combine all these down to a background layer. Otherwise I'll just lose overview of what's happening. These can be the sky layers. I do like my organisation. Mountain. Mountain? There we go. And what I'm going to do at the top of the mountain layer is I'm going to actually... let me just think how to do this. I want to have a kind of a multiply layer over this area. So I might just actually duplicate this layer and work with this one. And put it on multiply so that it's kind of like got the hue of the whole area. And make it more down this way. But the problem is I do only want it to be... I do only want it to be like the... I know what to do. I do just want it to be the multiplied around the area where the mountain is, so that it doesn't actually darken the background even more, because I'm quite happy with how the background's looking. So we'll just choose everything here, and then invert it all, and then do clear. There we go. That didn't quite work out here. Hold on, what's this? Oh, that's not very pretty clear. That doesn't work out very nicely. What if we just, mash it a bit? Okay, this is not working out. Let's just get rid of that. We'll figure out something later. But I might as well just start with the actual mountain itself. We'll alpha lock it. Actually, I'll do a multiply layer on this one, clipping mask. So that we can always completely get rid of all of it if we feel like it's not what we like. Is that a good colour? Oh, we're still on the star brush. Still on the star brush. We don't want that brush. We want this brush. So we don't want this brush. We want this brush. Make up your mind. Right, so this side is definitely like more in the shadow of the mountain. So we'll make this side just generally a bit darker. We'll have stronger shadows in just a bit. Actually, I'm just gonna see how dark it can go. It's still very light, the entire thing. To get a feel for it, I really do need that sky layer. So what if we... I guess we could clipping mask it for every single piece. It'd be a bit awkward, but I guess that is an option. Well, at least I get a feel for it now. There. If we shade that part, that's what it's going to be like. Let's have a look at the reference picture quickly. So that side is very dark. The other side has lava trickling down it. I wonder how dark that's going to be. Get rid of that reference picture. That is the darkest side there. Let's just... Oh, hello. I need that one. I'll make this more ruggedy, like it actually is a rock. Which it is. I guess it's a drawing of a rock, not an actual rock. And then what I will also do is kind of just make it a little lighter up at the top. Even though we're probably going to add, like, I don't know, snow or grass on top. Probably not a terrible idea. I'll use the bigger brush as well. So we've kind of now got a bit of a gradient on that part of the mountain. Now, what's next? Let's just get some mountain forms in, I think. Just some shapes that kind of look mountainy. I don't know what I'm talking about, but that's fine. I just realised these guys are floating. I didn't do a very good job of getting that shape of the mountain down, did I? Let's just correct that. Yeah, it's alpha locked. That's not going to be very good if they're floating. So they're kind of like on the edge of the mountain. But there is lava coming down that side, so that's the question. I'm going to put that in a bit more shade as well. Basically, my idea is that the moon is kind of from our perspective where we are. I don't know how that works out with the directions of light that we have with the... what's it called in English? The... like north, south, east and west. I don't know where the magic mountain is situated. Although I don't think that would make much of a difference with the moon, would it? In hindsight, it would with the sun, not with the moon. It's not how the moon works. So if we... where would the lava trickle down? Kind of like go on this side of them and then down. And kind of like down there and spread out there. Yeah. So I think this, where they're standing, they are allowed to be in the background. Like where it's darker. Right. Let's get some more shapes in. I'm gonna get rid of this for now though. So I can focus on just the background. Aha, that's why I'm on that brush. I like to block out the larger parts with this brush, Murilla, which is a default Procreate brush, and then I've got a kind of edited Eaglehawk brush. I think you can both find both of them in painting. Could it be? Or artistic? I have no idea. I've just saved them to all my favourite brushes. Oh, hello. Yeah, so in drawing. You can find both in drawing. So there's the original Marilla and the original Eaglehawk, but I have edited it a bit. Don't ask me what I did, but because it was a long time ago. I'm on the rubber. I don't want this to be an M. Anything but an M. Although you could say M, we could kind of like have an M shape on the mountain and then it'd be like Magic Mountain. MM, Magic Mountain, yeah? No? No, I don't think so. So we'll just kind of like, and this will also influence how the lava will be trickling down, like the shape of the mountain. Because it's coming from like the center here and then going down. So we'll see. We'll see. I'm going to do it in big shapes because most of this is going to be covered by the lava, so I'm not going to do too detailed. But yeah, something like that, I guess. Kind of. And then I'll maybe just get rid of that, and then we can do this one. Something like that. That's a bit of a mountain, isn't it? And then I'll just kind of colour in the area, like around it, so that we've got more of a shape. I've been doing so many backgrounds. It's like, I'm getting faster at them, but it's still such a long process, you have no idea. I think I did 14 backgrounds yesterday, and I drew kind of all day. Not all of them are like very complex backgrounds, to be fair, but not all of them are fun, I must say. The picture that I uploaded yesterday of the Southlands, that one took, I think about 4 hours. I was on that one. Admittedly, I think it's 4 hours with like character design because that wasn't the finished piece. There's going to be a character in front of it. It's more of a background, which makes it even sadder that I spent so long on it, but you know, because it's not the main focus. Just trying to get some like random shapes in here. Even though most of this is going to be covered by lava, so it doesn't really make a difference what we're doing here. There we go. And let's get smaller shapes in there as well. It's not just a gathering of like a couple of big boulders. Which is basically what a mountain is, but we'll have smaller boulders in there as well. Trying to do it as randomly as possible. And a bit of a darker line up the top so that you can see where the mountain ends and the house begins, kind of. Even though we're probably going to put snow on top of it later. Admittedly, that's probably what we're going to do. Right, let's go smaller. And kind of add a bit of line art to this. I should probably add mountain shapes here as well in hindsight. Because this is still a big enough area to be detailing. And especially because there won't be any lava going down that side. So, you know, probably best. Where are the characters again in reference? Okay. Yeah, no, we're fine. So they're all going to be walking where there's no lava, which makes sense. Yeah, okay. Let's make that smaller. I have kind of thought of in the style of how I'm going to be doing backgrounds in the future, of kind of giving it a bit of line art, but only doing the line art after the fact, because it makes me a lot freer when actually drawing the landscape when I'm not trying to keep it to some sort of line art. I generally am not a fan of line art. I don't like doing it. It's like the least enjoyable part of it for me, the line art. Which is why a lot of my characters haven't really got very clear line art. It's more a bit sketchy. I'm just trying to think of an example I can maybe show. Basically, I tell you what. As an example, I'm going to quickly go to the piece that we did. Where are we? Blank. Let's just do blank. I'm going to go to the piece that we did on last stream and kind of show the line art from the line art there. Although I think that's pretty clear line art in hindsight. Oopsie, I just knocked my microphone. Terribly sorry about that. So here we are. We did this one last time if you weren't there. This is the one that we did. I don't think I've posted a picture anywhere, but you know. Don't need to post them all. Keep some people in suspense, because otherwise the entire animatic will already have been on pictures somewhere. So I won't be showing all pictures before the animatic goes live, just to keep some interest. Anyway, let's just get rid of all these layers, apart from the line art layer. what I do is basically I do some sketch. So this is the sketch that I had. I had this sketch. And then immediately on top of that sketch, I don't go any more detailed than that. I just immediately go to so-called line art. So, you know, it takes a while. But, let me just switch on all the layers again. It takes a while. But I think it doesn't, I don't think it takes as long as it would if I did, where's this? It wouldn't take as long as it would if I did another, oh, hello. Hi, Linksa4. Thank you for following. Linksan? Lixan. I'm terrible at reading, by the way, just before I butcher any other names. Expect that from me. Thank you for following. Welcome. So, let's see. Let's go more into the detail here. Even though it's not going to be visible. Oh, the pain. I think in one of the towers that I did on the Southlands, and I spent like a good amount of time detailing those towers, one of them is completely obstructed by the character. You don't see it at all. So, yay! Make more work for myself even though you don't see stuff. It's like a bit of Third Life fan art that I did a while back, which you can see on the Instagram, by the way, Tales of Everin. If you scroll down, I did when Third Life was coming out, or I guess when it had finished, I drew the 3 big alliances, or in my opinion, the 3 big alliances, kind of like poster-wise, where everyone was posing in like action poses. Trying to find those poses was a whole ordeal of itself. But I did Dogwarts, I did the Desert People, I think that's what I call them, like Scar and Scott and Jimmy and Green. And I think I put Joel in that group as well. And we had the Crassel people. And for the Crassel people, I drew the entire Crassel. That's hard to say. I'm not B-dubs. And basically all the characters just block the view of that castle, and it took so long to get that done. But it's not visible at all, bar from like a couple of the spires, maybe. So I literally posted a separate of the background because it took way too long, because I thought, nah, there's no way no one's going to see this. So yeah, just getting kind of detail in there, make it feel like a proper rock that was stood on. I don't know how much more detail I want to go in, maybe like a couple of small bits, because obviously these rocks can be shaded into smaller rocks, but how small do we go? That's the question. How low can you go? Gosh, this now looks like a bird face, so if you had like the beak here, and then this like eyes there, like goggles, and this could be like its hair back here. Oh no, can never unsee. Let's maybe just get rid of that, and if we were to... Does that help it? Kind of helps it. It's not as bird-like. This will all give us like directions of where the lava can flow down. Oh, I think I have to say before everything that I'm talking about, like how stuff should work and stuff, I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm self-taught, so disclaimer, don't follow anything that I say. It's just how I do stuff, or like the reasoning behind why I'm doing some stuff. Some of it might not make sense, but I have no idea what I'm doing when it comes to art. I've just been doing it for a long time, but I haven't been taught how to do it. If that makes any sense at all. Which I'm not sure it does. Just blabbering onto myself. Yeah, I think once we've done the detailing on all the mountain here, like this level of detailing, then we'll just go on to the next thing, because I think that's enough detailing there. In fact, that's already too much here. Just kind of like some rock forms. I don't know what I'm doing, it's all random. Maybe I should have like a text on stream going, disclaimer, no idea what she's doing. Because it would be true. I often realise that if I'm doing like random rock formations or something like that here too long, then I fall into like a pattern, which is something that I'd like to avoid. Now I think the rock areas, you know, the rock areas here are too extensive, so I'm going to just do a bit of mixing, which will have us lose some detail. I should have done a new layer for this. I tell you what, I'm just going to leave it as it is because there will be lava trickling down there. We don't care. There we go. I should listen to the new Minecraft soundtrack. Apparently there's a new one for Caves and Cliffs that I hadn't found out about. And then see what songs I want to put into the playlist. Because I do like... I'm going way too... This is getting way too structured. Because I do like to have like Minecraft music on in the background, because it's music that I'm 100% sure Twitch likes and YouTube likes. So, you know, I've had like different stream playlists going, which are fine on stream, but not fine on YouTube. It's been taken down without explanation, so it's like, I shall just trust the Minecraft soundtrack because I play Minecraft often enough, and video game soundtracks should be copyright free. If I am not mistaken. Let's just go here. Oh, too big. Way too big. There we go. Just kind of like... Although this one will be visible, so I probably shouldn't just kind of nonchalantly do this side. Kind of, yeah, sort of. I'll quickly add a little bit of line up to the edge as well. Just to give it more of a start and a finish, if that makes sense. And I think this is actually already too structured for a mountain. Like, it goes down way too smoothly, so I'm just gonna... Oh, that's way too large. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna... Also too large. Kind of give it more of a rocky edge. On the edge. Again, seemingly random. It's getting too much. Yeah, I think that's good enough, because it is more visible towards the lower part than it is at the top part. There we go. Right. Let us do a bit of lining here along the edge, like we were going to do earlier. Sorry if I'm giving anyone vertigo by turning the canvas as much as I am. Probably not very helpful. That's kind of just how I draw. It needs to be in the perfect position for any kind of stroke to happen. Yeah? Yeah. I've also just turned on the opacity of that. Do the same on this side where we kind of rubbed a bit out. And then I guess I could do the same here, but you know what? I think I'm just going to leave that for now. What I am going to do is I'm going to add a stronger contrast between like the front mountain part and the back mountain part here. Not that visible. Maybe erase a little bit. Yeah, that's more visible now. Now onto the hut, the actual wizard's hut itself. I'm gonna multiply everything, but then I'm just at some point going to merge it down. I think that works. Hold on. I think it stays the same color, even though it's a different color. It does stay. It does stay the same. A different, even though it's like a different blend mode of layer, it just takes over the color. Right. So we're going to clipping mask this, and we're going to put this also to multiply. And no, oh no, yes, there we go. So the lower side of the hat is obviously going to be a lot darker, and that's the easy part. Now if we think about what the hat is made out of, it's made out of stone. So we wouldn't have like a very the texture of the hat, of like the brim, would be a lot more rugged. But I honestly don't know what kind of texture I want to give it. Where's Martin standing in all of this? Right in the centre. I might have to move Martin up a little bit. Oh, that's the wrong thing. I'll move him up a little bit. Just so, like, I will have to erase some of his feet, but just so, like, he still has legs. Doesn't look like they just disappear. Because perspective will force us to do that. Right. What if we just kind of give it more like a rugged feel towards the lower part? I think we can kind of give it a bit of a cobblestoney feeling. Feels right. It's just a lot smaller than the mountain, so the detail will be it'll be a lot more detailed, right? Let's give it a little bit of initial shading just to make it not feel as flat. A bit darker towards the lower part, I guess, because this is a moon. Actually, no, hold on. We need to think about the lava. So it's going to be darker at the top because the lava is going to give it a good amount of lighting from below. I'm going to keep the underside of the hat the same though, because my brain, it's too much thinking if I otherwise. I still want it to kind of look centered in reality. Like it makes sense. Give it a bit of a rugged outline. And if you look at this from afar, it'll kind of be seen as like the edge, not as the shading part. Right, we'll do a bit of just same as we did on the mountain, just a bit back and forth, a bit of making circles. Let's see what it looks like. I don't want it to look like snake scales though, that's kind of what it was looking like there from that little tester. I haven't got a lot of room though, is the issue. I guess we do, it does kind of spread out to a bit more here. Just a whole bunch. This is what I did on the Southlands for a good half an hour. Just this kind of thing, on all the towers that I drew. And also the walls. Also the walls. We'll give this a little bit more detail once we've gone that far. We also need to think what we're going to do with the exploded side of the hat, whether we're literally just going to have this area here. Oh, you can't see what I'm doing because my pen isn't actually visible. Whether we're going to have the area where it was actually blown up, so to the left of Martin. Would that be like a big gaping hole there? I still do want the whole structure to make sense. As much as a house with a hat on it can make sense, I guess, with a wizard's hat. But I don't want it to look like it's just floating there like it does in Minecraft. I want to give it like some reality, some grounding in reality and physics. See how that works. This one should actually be done fairly quickly. This isn't actually one of those ones where I've got to do too much detail work, I think. Because once we've kind of done the shading for all this area, we just have to draw in the lava. Add a couple of lava layers. Shouldn't take too long. Just see how the lighting effect is affected by that. And give a bit of a orange glow to the whole piece. And that'll be it. This is Minecraft, isn't it? I should know. This is, yeah. Alpha. Oh. I've very recently kind of been listening to the Minecraft soundtrack playlists. But it's the kind of thing, if you don't hear it in the game, you're like, wait a minute. D418. Very good. Yeah, there's the Minecraft part. This became very structured in the end, but do we care? Yeah, I think we do. I think we do care. We care enough because that's going to irritate me otherwise. Okay, very big rock there, smaller rock there. Just kind of don't know what I'm doing. That's more random, isn't it? Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. No need to worry. Now what I'm going to do is just add a bit more general shade everywhere. I'll tell you what we haven't done for this one is we haven't given it the treatment. Aha, the darkness treatment. Oh, why is that? Hold on, it should be multiplied. Oh, that makes everything quite a bit more ambient. Ooh, that's a bit too much for me. I'll keep it at that. What happens when I merge these two down? Yeah, no, that's going to go into the hat. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to keep multiplying this one and do it for every single one. Clipping mask. And we'll do it for this one. So we've got 13 layers. Too strong? Make it a bit stronger than the hat itself. Yeah, and then we'll do the same for the trees. Although I think we can just, what I'm going to do is I'm going to clipping mask this. And just merge it down, I think. Yeah. We can do that as well. If we get too many layers, then we can just do that. Right, next would be the building. Actually, no, next would be the hat itself. And we'll do another multiply layer. Now, this one's made out of wood. And I'm just going to do like a little crevice in here. What have I got? What erase tool? Yeah. So, I don't want it to like kind of be in the way of Martin's silhouette. What if we kind of just do it like that? And it looks like there's been a bite taken out of it. But that's literally what the actual thing looks like. Oh, this is a dilemma. This is a dilemma. I don't know what I'm doing. What if we were to... Actually, I tell you what. I'm going to do this. I'm going to draw like where the bite would be and then kind of erase it in areas so that because the house will go like on the inside. So if that was like the area that was removed, though Martin's sword is almost a tangent, so we're not going to have that. We're going to make sure that goes further in. So it's like it's literally like a bite taken out of the hat. Why? I don't know how else to do it. What if we just have like the whole top area kind of gone? In an even bigger bite. And then we erase some of this. So it actually looks like there's a whole big bit of it gone. How's that? Is that alright? I think so. I think that is acceptable. Right, let's shade the rest of the hat then. It's gonna be darker at the low end. I think what basically all I really need to do with the hat is a bit of a gradient, which I'm gonna do with a bigger brush. Bit of a gradient and then kind of like just single lines of little details. I think that's all this hat needs. Because honestly, I have no idea how I would even go about texturing a hat shape out of wood. So what I'm just going to do is I'm just going to kind of make it look like it was an old big tree branch. If I even want to do that. Hold on, I'm going to do what I usually do is give it an outline. That'll just help me ground stuff a little bit more. Same with the bauble. I'll just quickly give the bauble a little bit of a shade on top, because I can imagine giving that a bit of a glow from the lava later. And then we'll do the same here. line out. Right. I'll give it more of a straighter line because it is... the shape of this hat is very important. Is that good? Yeah, good enough. Better than nothing. Now I'm going to make it a bit darker and give it a clear line where the back of the hat starts, or like the inside that was blown up. And then I'm going to give a clear line where it's actually very dark, even though it's not going to be too visible at all. Yeah, there we go. So let's go back to the lighter colour. And just test, I'm going to do another layer. I'm just going to test some things out where it'll look, how it'll look with some good old texturing. I think at the bottom here we can definitely do like lines indicating that kind of a roof. I don't want it to look like a hat that's got stripes. I don't know, a Phil's hat. Like green and white stripes. So it needs to be a little bit more random, kind of like twisting together. And I think I'll do less, I'll push less harder. Less hard, oh gosh, English. I'll push less and less hard when it comes towards the top. I'll just kind of like, look like, I don't know, magic tendrils going up the hat or something. Honestly, Scar, what were you thinking? He was making me a real tough, tough work when he built that kind of form. Awesome build, by the way. Love the build. Considering he did it in such a short time. And he said it looked terrible. I thought it looked great. From the start, when the first step away, he did. He was like, "Oh, it looks terrible." No, I was like, kind of like, "Wow, how quickly did you do that? Very quickly, chapeau." Although he is, you know, pro builder. Good times with Scar. Good old Scar. I'm happy he's doing better. I'm back to feeling good enough to make videos again. Is that kind of what we want, I guess? Maybe a bit more detail here. Just so it doesn't look like a flat surface. I think that's good enough. You can barely see it on the screen. I think that is alright where it is. I'll leave it at that for now. If I change my mind later, I can do so. I'll merge that down. Right, now next is the... I think I've only got a maximum of like, what, 30 layers here, so... Actually, I can check. Crop and resize. Oh, 29 layers, yeah. So we're going to have to do a bit of fiddling around with layer merging in just a bit, but that shouldn't be a problem. Multiply. And then we just... let's see. So we're going to put the top as being overshadowed by the rim. And we need the entrance. Now, if we consider how tall Martin is, I'm literally holding my pen up to him. The entrance needs to be about that tall at least, and then people would still kind of almost have to bend to go in, depending on their height. So, yeah, I think that's the only entrance. I'm pretty sure. Well, obviously, by the end of the series, there were a whole bunch of entrances in there, because I thought that entrance was trapped, but I think that's the official entrance, let's say. Let's do Scar a solid and just do the official entrance and not how many holes were in at the end. I'll give a little bit of shading where it goes onto the logs. A bit more of a shadow. And then I'm gonna do kind of lines here to show that that's logs. It's literally my go-to, like, lines equals wood, circles equals rock. Right. Similar stuff could be said with planks and stuff. I mean, bricks are only really... I'm going to make this more structured. Bricks are only really, like cut off circles. This is me just trying to explain. I don't know what I'm trying to explain. How every shape is a circle. That's not really going to work, is it? Sometimes I just talk and I don't know what I'm talking about. But those are very short bricks. Why did I do this to myself? It's basically always when I'm doing bricks, which is what this is, whatever, if you want to call this something, is I always go to the middle of the previous brick up top. So basically, that's a bad example of doing it there. It's basically like you've got this brick here, you can barely see it. This brick kind of starts and ends on either side, so on the next layer I go to the half point of that brick and go down, and on and on and on. That's how bricks work, in case you didn't know. I will probably make this a lot, contrast a lot bigger. But this is just, for now, it's more of a sketch right now, just to see the size of the bricks. See how it feels in the whole big picture. And then we can give shape to the bricks. There we go. So we'll just go a little bit darker around here, so that it's actually visible, and not just like a weird, what looks like a weird shading glitch, I don't know. Now this is where I messed up, because I did not go to the halfway point here. But it can be more of a higgledy-piggledy house, that doesn't bother me. And honestly, who's going to see it? You guys, well, you guys can watch out for it for when the animatic comes out. You'll see like, ha! Missed brick! Bad at brickwork. Let me know in the comments how bad I am at brickwork of the video then when it comes out. Oh gosh, it's a huge project, and I'm not finished yet at all. But I'm working so hard on it, I can't wait to show it to everyone. There we go. That's a lot more visible, yeah. So here we have the whole thing so far. Now we just need to do some trees. And then from there on out we shall, I think, add some lava. Clip your mask, that. I feel like I need to sneeze again. This is bad. I'll do like... What will I do with the trees? I don't know what I will do with the trees. This tree's more in the background, so... I'll make that darker anyway. I think these trees definitely need an outline, so we'll do that in just a bit. I say that side of the trees is going to be darker. Why not? Why not? I don't know where the light's coming from. I haven't figured that out. You usually should when you're doing a drawing, but... I'm just winging it. Like I do most things in life. There we go. And we'll just kind of like give it a bit of texture. Gosh, my nose is so tickly. I feel like I'm going to sneeze, but it's not going to come. How dare it? How dare it tease me, sir? Just kind of... This is barely going to be visible. I don't know why I'm zooming in so much to do like detail on trees. On tiny, tiny little trees that are going to be kind of sort of visible in the background. But here we are. And I'm doing it. So, you know. Itchiest nose in the world, man. I think that's kind of like... Again, this is more of a sketching part where I sketch out the shape of the tree. It's kind of going to take. And then I go more detailed in just a bit. Totally not kind of losing my patience with this, so I'm going quicker. Totally not, nah. I think there's a cat at my door, but he decided... If it's the same cat, because I have two, but he decided he was going to leave, so he can't come back. I know, terrible. I'm horrible. This is Like, why am I even going in this detail? I'm just sitting here thinking, why? This is not even necessary. Once again, itchy nose. Every time I pause, just assume that I'm itching my nose. I feel like I'm going to sneeze at some point. It's going to happen. Might be a hair tickling it. That might be it. Who knows? And then we'll just make this a stronger contrast so that you'll see it from afar. So it won't all be for nothing that I did this detail, because you won't see it because it's too far away from everything that's happening. There we go. We're getting there. And then the exciting part with the lava. I think I'm going to keep the characters like that so that they're definitely very visible. I might just colour out like the part of the bow, like here, so you don't see what's behind it, but I think I'll keep them like that, so it's kind of... Yeah, I don't know if I'll keep this firework. I kind of like the idea of paying homage to Joel and Green using fireworks. But they obviously didn't use it on Martin there, so it's like accuracy versus symbolism or storytelling, I don't know. Also, it kind of would look good because there's an... It fills a space where you feel like there'd be an arrow because there's one coming from... Hold on, let's just get a sketch layer up for this. What is this layer? It's an empty layer. Perfect. So we've got one coming from here. Got one coming... It's a bad colour to illustrate this with. Got an arrow coming from here, an arrow coming from here, one from here. So you'd kind of assume that there'd be an arrow coming from like there. But I thought there would be too many arrows, firstly. And like a firework kind of felt like it filled that space. I don't know, we'll see. We'll have to see. Back where we were. With the same colour. What layer were we on? We were doing the trees, weren't we? That's the wrong layer. There we go. Just make it, and I'm being a lot looser with this because it's very zoomed in firstly, but it's not actually that important. It's more the whole bigger picture that's gonna be important, and it looks all right. I'm just gonna line out the side of this. I'm just gonna use the same brush a bit smaller, very small. Make sure we get some lines around the edge so that we can hold it distance from the background and tell the difference, because I used a very similar hue and a very similar saturation and brightness to the background, so it's kind of hard to tell apart. Like a darker outlining isn't probably a terrible idea, just to have some contrast so you can see what's where, or where the trees start and where they end. Very zoomed in as well. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Right, now for the exciting part. Lava. What I'm going to do first, I think, though, is just quickly merge this stuff down. Let me just have one last look at it. I tell you what I am going to do. I'm going to merge down, not the effects on top, but the shading. Because I'm quite happy with the shading and stuff. I think the effects on top, we can also always rub stuff out. If needs be, erase stuff from it. I'm going to leave the mountain because that was a lot of work and I don't really want to have to do it again if I don't like it. Right. We'll do lava. And we shall use bright orange. That's too bright. Yeah, that's more like it. Just as a quick reference to actual lava that's there. Yeah, no, that's fine. Ooh, where'd the mountain go? There it is. Once again. Oh, actually, you know what? Before we do that, though, hold on. Hold your horses. Oh, what am I doing? I do quickly need to add some snow. A snow layer. Let's just do a bit of this on top. bits on the sides, because why not? Snow would fall everywhere. Where it would. I feel like this needs to be below here. Then we can kind of dish it out a bit more. Divvy it up. Do we want snow on the trees? Let's see if we alpha lock the trees, what will it look like? Boop, 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 boop. Just a little bit. Is that going to distract from everything? I think we leave the trees. It's fine. Right, now lava. Now we do lava. So, if we're having lava trickle down, maybe I should sketch this out first in white. So imagine like it starts here, right by the door, like it's coming out the door. And it's a lot sloppier than water would be. So I'm saying it like kind of goes... Or did I have it in the sketch? Hold on. I did kind of plan that out in the sketch. Ooh, that's difficult to see. I did a terrible job of planning that out in the sketch. We're just going to ignore that sketch. And go back to this one. And so it also comes like around the side here. We could have like a divide there. Go down here. Kind of, I guess. And then... pardon me, you can kind of divide up here, I guess. And then this is the main trail, so this is the one that we're kind of like, this is important. Does this go kind of like down here maybe? And then we'll just like have kind of a thing there, I guess. Maybe? I don't know what I'm doing. We'll do this side first, because this side feels like it's easier. We can always, unlike, feeling that this stone is just too fat to divide it, so it divides it. I don't want the kind of like shape to be like that again. What if we were to kind of have it go over here and then kind of come apart and then come together again? And then this is the area where it splits off, just down there. Yeah? So what if we colour that out now? With the orange? No, that's fine. Let's see what that looks like. We don't necessarily need that. Actually, oh well, let's just leave that. Let it do what it needs to do. Because it goes in the crevice here, there will definitely be... If we just have that divide up there, and then it can come back together again. It can divide up like there. And then we'll kind of go down this way as well. And so it connects up here. And up there. And also here. I'm just all over the place with this. Right, let's colour that out and see what it looks like. Just with the overall shape of it. I think I'm gonna have like a part here where it kind of like it feels like it's going over a boulder. And then it comes back together again. Kind of, I guess. I have drawn lava trickling down a mountain before. It's quite a new experience, I must say. And then here. here. That's really actually dull, going off to the side there. Trickling off to the side. And what I'm going to do is, because it kind of bulges out there, I'm going to kind of illustrate that that's also a boulder. Let's get rid of the sketch so we get a better feel for this. So that we're actually following, like, oopsie, the shapes of the rocks. So this one would actually kind of go down here if we're following the shape of the rocks. Sort of like that. It's still very unrefined. Ish. It all comes together again. I think that's alright. And then we go like that. And let's do some duplicating. But I'm gonna go around that. Also, I need to make sure that this is rubbed out better. So I'll use this one. Oh. Merge that down. We are going to give it like a glow effect. Just a bit. So it won't really matter what's on the side, but I'll just keep it clean for now and then. Well, clean-ish. Not very clean at all, I must say. And then we'll just go from there. Let's just go out these areas as well. I feel like Fungo Bert. Let's give it more of a shape going down here. Oh, it's the top part. Sort of like that. That's coming from there. Yeah, how about that? Let me just reference the reference picture again. Yeah, I think that's fine. I think that illustrates it nicely enough. Right. So, let me just do some final colouring out here because I feel like I missed some stuff still. Right, let's duplicate this so that we've always got one left over. And then we do the let's make it fire effect. So easy. And then I'll rub out some areas where it kind of gets a bit darker. Erase some areas. We do have a bit of like structure too, there's lava. Not just always a big bloom thing. But man, that does add to the to the light of the piece, doesn't it? Bright, even for me. So what I will do... What will I do? That's a good question. What will I do? Just a bit darker. Actually, I could lower the opacity, I think. That'll have a similar effect. Oh, I don't know. What happens if we give this one a blur? We've got like a glow. I think this is more of a complex one, so we're going to have to do a bit more complex glowage. But let's just get some detail in there where we kind of rub out some areas where the lava isn't as hot and burning. It's already kind of cooled down a little bit. Kind of like, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what lava looks like. Just me kind of guessing it. Some parts lighter than others. Because it would kind of, not freeze, but harden into rock as it goes down. We're thinking like in a volcano explosion, there's a lot of rock flowing in magma. Usually it's usually quite black, so not this, but you know. I could actually reference a previous drawing that I did. I drew yesterday, but that would be spoiling that drawing for the Animatic, because that is a finished drawing. Oh. How's the feeling of that? That feels good actually. I like the way that looks. I like that. So I tell you what, I'm just gonna draw over this large area again. And do exactly what I did there with smaller pieces. I say smaller pizzas. Am I hungry? Am I hungry? That's why I'm saying food stuff. I shouldn't be. I had a sandwich before stream. Not do that. We can do something like this. This feels very reminiscent of how I draw Scott's sparkles. I'm like, shape, add shape. Shape look good. Shape look good. Keep shape. Keep shape. Shape look bad. Get rid of shape. Draw a new shape. Shape look good. As in like his sparkles around his hair, like the effects. I love doing those. There's definitely enough of Scott in this Animatic to do that, and I'm having a good time doing it. I can tell you that. We could have a couple of larger pieces going along here. This large bit of magma that could have maybe thinged out, cooled down a bit. We'll sprinkle a couple of smaller ones in there. And as you can tell, this already just takes away all of the interest on the mountain. So that's why I was thinking, what if we just make it a bit lighter so that it is... Yeah, I think I'm going to get rid of these so that you can see the mountain bear now that we've got the big contrast. I'm so glad I didn't merge those down. So glad. How many faces can you see in the lava? I feel like there's a lot to be had there. There we go. Just the final bit here. There's definitely a face there, hold on, yeah. That's a smiley face. Right, so, it's kind of that. What if we duplicate this? Just so that we don't have to do this again. Let's add maybe another layer of bloom on there. Or is that too much? I mean, it is lava. Lava's pretty bright. Let's have a feel for what it would look like, or for what lighting it would cast on the whole area. Let's give it an orange light. Let's just zoom in on that pixel. I want that pixel's colour. There we go. So it would give like a glow over the entire thing. Don't know why there's still snow up there, don't ask me. It will probably all have melted by now. This is Minecraft, it makes no sense. That will give a nice big brush for a nice big glow. The lava everywhere. What kind of effect does that have? Let's just add a bit of glow onto the hat. And onto the bauble, like I said. more of a glow along the rim, I think. That gives it a good focal point there. Right, now, you know what? This makes me feel like that the reds need to be more saturated. I'm just going to put Martin on a different layer. There you go. I'm going to duplicate these, make them more visible. And these also need to be coloured out, so I'll colour out the arrows. I'll do it in the same layer that I drew them in. Or the same layer, the same brush that I drew them in. But they're really only silhouettes, aren't they? There we go. And then we have a fiddle around with a firework, I think. Or do we duplicate and give this also a little bit of a outline so it's more visible? Do we give this a bit of a bloom? Do we bloom up the reds so that they're more visible in the lava? That's the question. How's Martin looking? Do we bloom up Martin? Not blur. Bloom. Shiny Martin. Shiny, happy Martin. Not so happy. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to move this arrow because this is so close to like where there's lava. I'll kind of do it exactly where there isn't lava. And this arrow isn't actually pointing at, oh gosh, isn't actually pointing at Martin, so I'll just put more pointing at Martin. And then the firework, the good old firework. This was only a sketch anyway, but we'll see what the firework looks like. I'm going to move it along a bit. If we bloom it. Bloom. Also blur. We need a blur. It's only a small line, so there's not going to be a lot of blurage to be had. Yeah, hold on. I'm going to have to keep a good eye on how much I'm blurring it. I can't blur it too much because it's so skinny. And then we'll duplicate it a bunch of times, merge it down. There we go, that's more visible. Like in a glow effect. We'll blur it a bit more. Give this one some more bloom. Now, is that too much? We were to... It's got more of a curvature. I think that's alright actually. That doesn't need to be any more, but that's good as it is. What I am going to do though is I am going to give it more of a glow, but manually. Yeah, that's the background. Might as well actually do it on this. No, we can delete that layer. So let's see. What kind of brush do we want to do this with? I don't know. Texture there. I don't know. And then what we are also going to do is just add a bit of red light on the side of the hat, because that firework also gives off light. That is the eraser. And we'll just give this area a bit of a little bit of a bloom. Just a little bit. Tell you what, bloom is like my new favourite editing thing. Makes stuff look so cool so quickly. There's an eraser. And we shall also do the same with like the side of the house. Yeah. Okay. I think we have already finished that one. What I am going to do is I am going to just do a little bit of erasing in the blue, just a crack there. Wait a minute. I've confused myself so much. So hold on. No, that needs to be there. So I could down the opacity of it. I did mean to clipping mask all of these, but I'm just too lazy, so I'm just going to erase the edges. Hidden layer? Apparently so. What edge do I need to erase? Hold on. That's the glow. Probably this one, yeah. No. No, I'm still on the wrong layer. There we go. This kind of knocks me over the head though. Right. I might do a little bit of final tweaking. Like I say, it's not always the final finished piece. But I think that is good enough for now. I feel like Martin needs to be more yellow. He's looking a bit green there. So let's see. That makes him more yellow. And we'll make him more saturated. There we go. So he's definitely yellow. Everyone coming to cut him on the final episode of Last Life, final week. But yeah. So this has been another drawing of an animatic frame from the animatic that I'm doing. Thank you for everyone who stopped by. Thank you for following and all that. And like I always say, I'm gonna do more of this because it's a lot of fun and it gets paintings done. Not necessarily quicker, but I don't I don't procrastinate too much on paintings that I'm kind of like unsure about because I'm forced to sit down and think about that very painting, which is exactly what I did with the Tango one. So yeah, this has been Miss Katie Rowe, or Katie Rowe. You'll find everything that we do on the Everin YouTube channel or the Tales of Everin Instagram account, probably where you came from. But thank you so much for joining. This was a bit of a shorter one than the previous one, but it was only because it's just a, well, quote unquote, just a landscape drawing without character. I mean, the one that we did for Tango did take a long time because it was quite a complicated piece. So yeah, complications do vary. I've got a lot more backgrounds to do, so we're probably going to do another background here at some point. I don't know which one yet, but we'll get there. We'll see. We'll see. I hope you enjoyed, and I will hear from you and see you next time. Thank you so much for joining. Probably gonna be doing more animatic drawing next week. My iPad was just about to switch off, that wouldn't have been good. Probably gonna do more animatic drawing next week, so keep an eye out for that. I don't know if I should announce it like a lot earlier on the YouTube account, or if I should just announce it at the time that I am going live. I haven't a clue. Just, if that was any help to anyone, I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. I'll see you next time though. Thank you for joining, and goodbye.